I'll do. This one is about Earth being flat or a globe. Actually, it's both. Right? How's that? There's two Earths. And what this I'm showing you now is in the Vedic scriptures. Right? In the second Vedas, called the I think the Yaha Veda, the second one of the four. And this is in the book here. Page 62, Skanda 4-5. Right? And this is the plan. This is the flat of the Earth, and it's showing you the 7 oceans and the lands in between each of them. And as you can see, you've got the sea of salt in the middle, ocean of sugarcane, the ocean of wine, the ocean of ghee, the ocean of milk, the ocean of curd, and the ocean of pure water. This is Bhu Mandala, all of this, right? So on my table it's round, as you can see here. This is, this is all this here, and there's 4 kind of corners where they reckon are held up by elephants, which is probably an engineering structure of the whole Brahmanda. This is the central earth of the plane of the earth and the universe, where it reaches out to the Brahmandas that all go out in 7 concentric shells. One 10,000, is it 10,000 times bigger or 10 million times, I can't remember, bigger than the last. And it protects us, and we're all within this, you see, in the flat earth or the Bhu Mandala. And what it is where we sometimes can live, but we're not living here at the moment on the flat earth. We're living on the globe earth, right? Which is in Bhuva Loka, which is Earth's atmosphere. So this is Bhu Loka, the flat earth, the Bhu Mandala, Bhu Loka, and above that is Bhu Valoka, which is Earth's atmosphere. And you see the salt ocean right in the centre, where Jambavipur is. All our globe, as we know, is made out of salt, right? That goes in the middle of there, right, when it crashes down. But at the moment we're in Bhu Valoka, going round, and we're the lowest 7th heaven, right, going round for about 4,320,000,000 years. That's one day of so it's a one day of Brahma, you see. So at the moment, because we're in the day, see, the globe is really just an artistic formation of Brahmas, you see, like it shoots out and it's been made, and it goes round the flat of the earth like this, right, as it does, as we know it, with all the rest of the planetary regions above. There's 7 planetary regions all in all. We're the lowest 7th heaven, the highest being Brahma Loka. And so from the drop down, let's just go from the drop down this ruler here, right, the vertical drop, right, it's Brahma Loka at the top, then it's Tapa Loka, then it's Jamba, then it's Jhana Loka, then it's Maha Loka, then it's Vaga Loka. That's where the moon is. Right, Bhuva Loka, which is Earth's atmosphere, where the globe that we're on basically spinning around on the globetrot, and then there's Bhu Loka, or the Mandala, Blue Mandala. Right, underneath that is the 7 subterranean realms, right, under here, right. We at the moment are halfway through our time on the globe Earth. There probably was a time when we aeronautically could jump from being on the globe to the flat of the Earth. At the moment, commercially, we have lost that ability for us to all go there at the moment, to the globe, to the flat. It's been cut off. Doesn't mean that we wasn't once. And what happened when the end of this day happens was then called Brahma's night. All the residents that are on the globe going round will basically be evacuated and put on the Bhumandala. And then this globe, right, that we're on now, will basically, the circuit will be broken in its orbit, and it'll go down into Bhumandala. And that's where it'll crash onto the sea salt, because we're the sea salt of the globe, and basically crash and basically like fallow and then reseed over the same amount of time in Bhumandala for 4,320,000,000 years. Get that? Do you understand that? And that's Brahma's night. So like the sun at the moment, while we're in the globe, is, they say, it's about 93 million miles. And this is written in the Surya, which is all part of the Santana Dharma, the Vedic culture and religion. I haven't got that book on me now, but I did have it sometime, I think I did. So I think it's written as well in the Brahma Samhita, the mileage of the sun distance, and it confirms about 93 million miles. There's also, when it goes to night, then so Brahma goes to sleep right at the top of the 7 heavenly regions, the sun will go down to about 800,000 miles away from the flat of the earth, which also coincides with the Vedas saying it's 800,000 miles, which a lot of people on the flat earth will say, well, no, you look at the sun and the moon, it looks the same, but it's not. But it does drop down in Brahma's night, you see. So like, we know the moon is about 260 miles, so like other 560,000 miles is where the sun will be placed from the moon, right? So then together it's 800,000 miles from the flat of the earth, right? But at the moment we're on the globe of the earth and the sun's further up, it's 93 million miles. That's how it all unifies in Vedic thinking, right? No one's ever said it's either globe or flat. No one's ever said the unification of there's both. They said this is Bhuloka, right, flat earth, and we're on the globe of the earth that comes out of here like a spore and goes round. This is like Brahma, this is in Bhuloka, Earth's atmosphere, spinning round, as we know, and all the science has taught us in Western science, was probably just stolen all of this Vedic science, you know, like they do. But that's what's going on, right? We have subterranean realms on here, you know, in the globe. It's a smaller version. I think to the Earth's core is about 3,959 miles. 3,959 miles. Right, so this is basically a small artistic creation of the flat of the earth, where you've got all the 7 subterranean realms as well underneath the flat of the earth, you see. And this is a smaller version. So on here we have all our like stuff, like you've got Shambhala around the Himalayas that no one's ever been able to penetrate without invite. So none of these Freemasons are ruling the world and all the rest of them, they can't get in there. It's always stayed Krita Yuga there, but the rest of it's also Krita Yuga and untouched by Treta Yuga as a fall of mankind, and the Dwapara Yuga and the Kali Yuga are in now. It's unaffected, you see, and it's all inside the Himalayan mountains, which is here at the bottom here. So there's the first range of the mountain range, and it goes into these other 3 here, and there's another 3 at the top there in the north. See, it's an impenetrable to get into. You don't get into the side Shambhala without special invite. What's going to happen soon in the Kali Yuga we're in now is that on the globe of the earth it's going to return back into a Krita Yuga, a golden age, you see. And so all the village and towns and cities we live in, right, the change of the Ashram is going to change into a golden age. The only way we're going to do that, realistically, is us, the working people, the Sudra manual working class, Brahmanically, not voting into the second-class system of church and state, where we are democratic, to get that to happen realistically. Do you understand this? You see, and we're not far away if you look at the trend of how many millions of people, as a percentage-wise in millions, are not voting in the democratic countries. See, this is the only way we're going to be, and pragmatically, which has not been done yet, as a fortification that we're under. You see, the 100 countries that vote, from Japan to America, in the general election that we had last year, and every 5 years, it's the only way we'll beat them. by lawful rebellion, see? And then we can start questioning, don't need, by beating them step 1 by not voting, then we become neutral, step 2, then step 3 we become non-monetary, and then we clear all debts, yeah? Clearing all debts, consolidating all housing and all first estates into the first estate of industries, right? That's what we need to do. Step 4 is to bring also then the 13 weeks by 4 people into human resources, not the 48-4 that we're in now. So when you work 1 season and you get 3 seasons back to yourself within the year. This is how we beat them. And the 5th step is basically to criminalise all drugs and have more rehab stations and long-term retreats, because that's a legal thing now in the non-monetary system. The legal system now gets reviewed. So once the government's been removed, the bankers have been removed, and the legal system gets reviewed. See, now it becomes a diva system, a heavenly host system, and we're back on the heavenly planet so that we deserve to be as free men and women, freedom fixing. This is what we need to do and what we're going to be doing. As if you look at things, it's actually happening as I speak. I mean, there's about, 19 million people, 18, 19 million people in this country not voting, and even 5 more million people, and we hit 51% here in this country, UK, let alone what the rest of the countries are, as a trend, going to come to. So it's just basically bracing yourself and just getting on with life and just knowing these things and keeping it in mind from all posts and positions where basically you stand in life. But yeah, I'm just trying to also bring the unification that it's not you're either flat or your globe, there's both, you see. As I say, this is Bhumandala, the flat of the earth, that reaches all the way out to the Brahmanda shell. And that's in Bhuloka, or the Bhumandala, and we're on Earth's atmosphere, Bhuvaloka, on the globe going round, right, as we do, yearly. So we're on that. So there's not either or, there's both. So I'm just bringing that on. Yes, I'll leave it there for now, and have a good one. Alright, see you later, folkies.